Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the DSS Break. It's great to have you with us today. I'm Anna Anderson, the founder of Data Science Salon, and today I'm streaming directly from our headquarters, which is beautifully located in the heart of Miami, just a few blocks away from the Design District. And we're here live every other week to discuss the world of data science, AI, and machine learning, and we chat about unique experiences and best practices with leading data professionals in a 15-minute break. So I'm so excited to welcome Mrunal Gangrade, VP of Data and GenAI at JPMorgan Chase, to this DSS break. And Mrunal brings over 15 years of experience at the intersection of software development, data science, and healthcare innovation. And at JPMorgan Chase, she leads groundbreaking efforts that blend machine learning, cybersecurity, and clinical AI to solve real-world challenges. And she's not just a builder of intelligence systems, she's also a champion of ethical AI, identity and asset management, and cross-disciplinary collaboration. And Mrunal is a regular speaker at industry events. She's going to be actually at our event at DSS Miami next month. She's a mentor to rising professionals and a thought leader shaping the future of responsible innovation. We're lucky to have you here with us ahead of your panel. And let's go ahead and dive right in, Mrunal.
Thank you, Anna, so for the wonderful description. Hello, everyone. I'm Mrunal Gangrade. I'm really honored to join the DSS break, and I'm really excited to share how we can harness AI responsibly to drive meaningful impact and transformation. Thank you so much.
So it's amazing to have you here. And I would love to first learn a little bit about your journey and what led you to focus your career on data science and healthcare innovation specifically.
Yeah, I have been in this tech industry for over 20 years now. So I joined way back, fresh out of my engineering college in 2006. And so started out in insurance and healthcare. And then for the last 10 years, I have been working in the finance world. So I was working for Citigroup. Now I'm working for JPMorgan Chase. And across all that, I have always worked with data, AI, and cybersecurity, global risk and compliance. What really excites me is like how these tools, especially AI, can make a real difference in healthcare and in finance and in various several sectors, not just improving the processes but actually helping everyone. That's what keeps me passionate about this space. It's very interesting.
No, that's a great answer and amazing background. Thank you so much for sharing. And what are some of the most exciting ways you've seen AI used to improve clinical decision making and operational workflows that you've seen recently?
Yeah, one of the coolest ways I have seen, AI is used to help the health professionals make better decisions. A fascinating example is AI assisted the drug discovery. Models can analyze millions of compounds and predict the ones which are more likely to be effective. That dramatically speeds up the process of finding new medicines. That's like so awesome, like, what we were and what we are now. Another example is like I was a judge at hackathon at the USF, University of South Florida, Tampa. One of the teams built a model to detect cancer from medical images, combining like diverse training data sets.
Wow,
Their
that's
results were like truly impressive. The model achieved over 98% accuracy. It
wow,
was
that's
like that's really awesome. Like those kids, I must tell you, they were like so good. I was the judge there, but they were like too good. It was a fantastic example of how thoughtfully applied AI can make a real difference in people's lives. That
awesome.
was one. AI also helping hospitals runs more smoothly. Like they predict the patient volumes, the optimizing staffing, and cutting down wait times, which is like and critical journey in any patient's life. The wait time, if the AI cuts down that, then nothing greater than that. For me, the most exciting part is seeing AI act as a truly partner, between a medical industry and
Right.
the technical.
Yeah, no, that's a great answer. And now you talk a lot about ethical AI, which is super important. And what does it really mean to you in a healthcare context? And how can data teams really operationalize it? Because I feel like we talk a lot about it, but a lot of people are not sure. Like, what do we do, right? Like, how do we actually implement ethical AI, right? So maybe we could talk
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, sure. To me, ethical AI in healthcare means building systems that are fair, transparent, and accountable. It's about making sure that AI doesn't introduce bias. It also respects the privacy, and that medical professionals can actually understand why a recommendation was made. So that is ethical AI. And to achieve this, we have the explainable AI, which means like designing models so their decisions can be understood and trusted by humans, especially medical professionals making critical healthcare choices. It should not be a black box. That's where explainable AI comes in. And for data teams, operationalizing this means carefully curating data, checking for bias, continuously monitoring models, and documenting the decisions. At the end of the day, ethical and explainable AI is about trust. Medical professionals and patients, they both need to be
Right.
comfortable about the ethical AI.
Yeah. No, that's a great answer and 1000%. And now let's talk a little bit about bias because that goes kind of in hand with that. And how do you approach algorithmic bias and fairness when actually designing these models? Like, so, we keep
Yeah,
all
when we
posts
build
on the cloud.
AI yeah, sorry, you can go ahead.
No, as I said,
Okay,
just so we,
thank you so much.
like, it goes back to the ethical conversation, right? And the bias and all of that.
Yeah, yeah. That is so necessary, like, because with all the fast moving, you have to be like really thoughtful about that. So, when we build AI models for healthcare or finance, it's really important to prevent bias from the beginning. That means like checking data for imbalances and making sure that all groups are represented.
Right.
Using fairness, there are fairness focused techniques and monitoring the models over time, like we keep on monitoring them and helps keep them the fair as new data comes in. We can also
Right.
use explainable AI to make it clear how the decisions were made, so people can understand the process, trust the system, and fix any issue if they arise. Healthcare can learn a lot from the financier. In finance, every step is tracked, models are audited, and accountability is built in. Like we have to be accountable because there are so many regulatory compliance what we have to take care. If healthcare adopts the same approach, keeping patient data accurate, making models transparent, and auditing outcomes regularly, it not only meets the regulations but also gives medical professionals and patients the confidence that AI is helping them to make better decisions with their lives, with their health.
Right. No, and that's, I mean, I feel like it's very big deal and sensitive and important, right? In healthcare. You make one little wrong or mistake.
Yeah,
And
that's really.
life, yeah, I mean, it really is that important. But I know that you're with JPMorgan Chase and you're working on some healthcare things. What lessons can healthcare learn from the financial sector when it comes to like governance and regulatory compliance and AI? Because I'm sure there's a lot of crossover.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Healthcare can definitely take a page from financial services when it comes to AI. Banks they have long relied on the strong data governance, then careful model variations and continuous monitoring to manage risk and ensure fairness. So by adopting similar practices like secure high quality data, then explainable AI is like the key thing because it's not a black box. You need to explain why that decision was made, and close collaboration between the healthcare professionals, data scientists, and compliance team. Healthcare can build systems that are not only innovative but also trustworthy and accountable.
No, that's a great answer. And looking ahead, what are the biggest risks and also opportunities you see in scaling generative AI across different industries like healthcare and finance?
Yeah, sure. The potential of Gen AI's regulated industry is really exciting. We all know, like, it can take complete complex tasks, it can analyze huge amounts of data, and, it can give teams insights faster than ever, like spotting fraud in finance or helping with diagnostic in healthcare. That is all good. But at the same time, there are real risks. Like, if the data has bias, the AI can pick it up very quickly. It's so intelligent. mistakes have been mistakes can have big consequences. Like if small mistake we can have in healthcare, both in finance, because they are very critical, and people need to understand why a model made a decision. Privacy and security are also huge concerns, especially with sensitive patient or financial information. The key is to finding the right balance, using Gen AI to innovate while putting strong safeguards, monitoring, and transparency in place so it can be used safely and responsibly.
Yeah, no, that's a great answer as well. And for early career data scientists interested in healthcare AI and just getting into the whole field, because as you said, there's so many opportunities with generative AI and what you could do now. What advice would you give them about building responsibly from the ground up? Or if they're coming in and they're like the only data scientist on the team? Because there's a lot of those.
That's a very great question. That is like really important with so many young people now getting into data, getting to know or becoming a data scientist. That's like you know. So I would suggest for anyone starting out in healthcare AI, the most important thing is to build responsibly from day one. You have to be very responsible from day one. That means really understanding your data, where it comes from, what biases must be hidden in it, and how it could impact patients. Always think about privacy and ethical considerations as you design models, not an afterthought, like after the models are designed and then you think, though, that's not correct. You have to, like, I would really suggest to think about it at the beginning when they try to develop the models. Work closely with the domain experts like healthcare professionals that can point out things that data alone won't reveal. Focus on making your models explainable and transparent. That's like what I focus on. It's all explainable because people need to know that why that particular decision was made, so others can trust what you produce. And finally, stay curious, keep learning, and don't be afraid to refine and improve your work. Building responsibility isn't just about compliance, it's about creating AI that truly helps the community and the people.
Yeah, no, that's a great answer. And how, just to kind of go off that, how should they be using AI and not to use AI when you're starting out as, a data person? Because I feel like now you could kind of go pretty deeply using these tools and then you forget to learn these things yourself or the principles, right?
Yeah, as a data scientist, they can, there are several opportunities across, like, there are those hackathons where you can responsibly coordinate with the tech side as well as the expert side and get involved in those as, like, learning for the learning purpose. There are several open source projects, like, they can get involved in that, and that's how they can start learning it and then using it responsibly when they actually are assigned some real world task.
Yeah, no, that's a great answer. Thank you so much. So, I mean, I think this is the time that we're going to wrap it up. Mrunal, thank you so much for sharing your insights, your perspective of applying AI in critical domains like healthcare and finances, both eye-opening and very inspiring. And I especially appreciate your emphasis on human-centric design, ethical responsibility, and a timely reminder that innovation means more when it's inclusive and accountable. And I'm
Yeah.
really excited to meet you in person. Just
Yeah.
scotch. We're about a little bit less
Less
than
than
a
a
month
month.
away. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be September 17th, and you're going to be on a panel, and we're all going to be discussing. And I think you're going to bring really great value from the ethical AI side from the enterprise, and we could talk. I'm
Yeah,
really
it's all about explainable AI, and I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, no, me too. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this segment. And thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll share all the links with you shortly after. And have a wonderful rest of the week, guys.
You do. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Anna. It was so nice talking to you.
Thank
Very
you so
informative.
much, Murnal.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.